Okay, now we're gonna do a little activity that explores density a little bit more. So here are the things that you need. You need dish soap, oil, water, Karo syrup, and alcohol. Now, I colored my water red with food coloring. I put some yellow in the corn syrup, and I put some green in the alcohol. All of these things need to be different colors is the main thing. It doesn't matter what color they are, but I would not recommend putting food coloring in the oil because it's not gonna mix up very well. They do need to be in this order. Dish soap needs to be A, oil B, the water C, the corn syrup D, and the alcohol is E. So if you need to get your stuff organized, pause the video for a minute and then come back. Okay, now we're ready to see which ones have the highest density and which ones are the least dense. So you need a small container that you can see through, and we're gonna pour them all in order from A all the way to E. Now make sure you don't pour too much because you wanna have room to have the last one. So you're gonna pour it in gently, kind of let it run down the side and let it settle before you start pouring the next one. So there's the soap. I'm gonna let most of it get off the side before I pour the oil in next. Very gently, you don't wanna just like pour it in and make it splash everywhere. Pour a little bit more of that. Okay. I'm going to set it down and get a sheet of white paper so I can put it behind so you can see a little bit better. Okay, there's what we have so far. Okay, now the water. Now the corn syrup. After the corn syrup, you may want to, it's really thick, so you may want to pause for just a second. And then the green alcohol is last. If you don't pour them in this order, some of them may mix. Like if you poured the alcohol and the water in consecutively, the alcohol may mix with the water. Yeah, and you may want to hold this over the sink so you don't make a big mess like me. All right. There you go. So what we can see is that the corn syrup went to the very bottom. That tells us that the corn syrup is the most dense. Remember, density is how much mass there is per volume. So something that's more dense is going to sink or go below something that is less dense. So if you were naming them in order from most dense to least dense, you would start at the bottom, the corn syrup, then the dish soap. That's why dish soap goes to the bottom of the sink when you pour it in before you wash dishes. Then you have the water. The density of water is 1 gram per centimeter cubed, just in case you were wondering. And then you have the vegetable oil. Oil will float on water. And then the alcohol is the least dense, so it's floating at the very top.